Okay, so the next topic that I want to talk about is the 5 love languages, and why is it important to know your love languages and the person that you're dating or getting to know, what are their love languages. One of the things that I've come to find out is when you know your love languages and you know the other person's love languages, it's very easy, as long as you're mindful, how to love the other person and how to communicate to the other person, hey, this is how I receive love. So the 5 love languages are words of affirmation, touch, quality time, gifts, and acts of service. Those are the 5 love languages. And it's very important for you to know your 2 to 3 love languages. For example, mine are touch, words of affirmation, and quality time. And one of the things that I found out is that when I'm dating somebody that has the same love languages, the relationship just flows so much better because I don't need to teach the other person how to love me, and the way I love this person comes very natural because we both receive and give the same way, and the relationship thrives much better that way, rather than if I date somebody whose love languages are not words of affirmation and who doesn't need quality time. Then the relationship doesn't really thrive because some people are okay with just seeing you once a month. For me, I'm like, wow, once a month? What's the point of being in a relationship, right? Some people's love language isn't words of affirmation, so not hearing an I love you, I miss you, I care about you could affect the relationship for the other person. Some people's love language is not act of service, so the other person's always like, well, you haven't done for me anything, you never do anything for me, all you tell me is I love you and this and that, but okay, show it. How are you showing it to me? And that's very important. The other one is gifts, and if you're not gifting the other person, or if you're not fulfilling the other person's love languages, or like how the book says, their love tank, eventually it's gonna lead to a breakup, to a bunch of miscommunication, or it could lead to the other person seeking fulfillment of that love language with somebody else, and it causes infidelity, and then that's a totally different subject. So it's very important to know your love languages, but also know the other person's love languages. And for me, from my experience, it's much easier, like I said, to date somebody who has the same love languages, because all the clients that I deal with, sometimes that tends to be the problem, where the woman needs to hear I love you, but their boyfriend doesn't express it because that's not he doesn't express it through words because that's not his love language. So it affects the relationship, because here you have somebody who wants to hear it, but the other person doesn't say it. And as a guy, women, you guys could relate to this, it's already tough for a guy to open up. So imagine for him to express the love through words. It's very tough for you to find a guy who's very comfortable expressing himself with words. So that tends to be a problem. And quality time is very important, because you don't have to go to the fanciest restaurant and have the best dinner. It could be as simple as just staying home, ordering pizza, watching a movie, but as long as you guys are spending quality time together and you guys have that intimacy there, intimacy doesn't have to be just physical. It could just be spending time with each other, and where you guys actually connect. There's deeper levels of intimacy than just the physical part. Intimacy stands for into you, into me. And how are you showing the other person, how are you being intimate with the other person, aside from the physical chemistry that you guys have, right? That which is important, but it's also important to have it intellectually, spiritually, and other levels. Gifts is very important, and when I read the book, that's the one chapter that made me reflect on myself and how I've been a total back then, how I was a total douchebag and an asshole to people whose love language was gifts. And what do I mean by that? Well, I didn't take in consideration that this person, or the person that was gifting me gifts, Valentine's, Christmas, my birthday, special occasions, you name it. Hey, this person took time to think about the specific gift for me. This person took time to go buy it or order it, spend some money, hard-earned money, to get this gift and give it to me. And for me just to receive this gift and be like, okay, and then just put it to the side like it was nothing, I was pretty much giving them a big F you, middle finger into their face. And I wasn't mindful of how I was making the other person feel when they were gifting me. And I reflected it on myself, because at times I've dated women whose love language was not words of affirmation. So whenever I would tell them they were beautiful, whenever I would say thank you, this means so much to me, I really love that you're so honest and vulnerable, to them it'd be whatever. They'd just take it would go over their head, in through one ear, out the other, and it would make me feel like, you know what, I don't even want to talk to you or open up to you anymore, because here I am being vulnerable and you're just taking me for granted. But that's how I would feel, right? And that wasn't the case most of the times. It was just that wasn't their love language. So it's very important that you reflect. If you're currently in a relationship, to reflect and be honest with yourself if you haven't been loving the other person in their love languages, and also be self-reflective. This person that you're with is loving you in your love languages, because hey, it's a two-way street, you know. And you shouldn't be in a relationship just to get, and you also shouldn't just give, you know. Prioritize your happiness. It's a two-way street. Giving and receiving is a two-way street. I can't just be a giver and block all the receiving. And I can't just be all about me and just focus on like, hey, what makes me happy, right? So I hope that this video really helped you guys. I highly suggest you read the book, The 5 Love Languages. Get the purple book. It's the one for married couples. And the reason why I suggest get that book is because eventually we all want to be in a relationship, right? And we all want to be married. So why not learn from married couples? And that book gives you specific examples of married couples in different love languages and how it impacts you. If you guys are interested in having a free 15-minute discovery call to see if we could work together, just fill out this application down below. If you're interested in meeting one-on-one for a free 30-minute life coaching session, message me. As long as you're in the area of California, I could meet you. Or if you're a little bit too far from where I'm at, or if you want to fly me out, let me know. I'm also able to help you that way. Whatever it is, I hope that you guys get a lot of value from all these videos. I want to thank you guys for the support. And remember, the way you love the other person is a reflection of how you love yourself, but it's also a reflection of your love languages. So this is a very important conversation for all you people that are single now, or that just got out of a relationship, or just got out of if you were married, right? And you got divorced. From now on, focus on that. Focus on getting to know the person that you're trying to be in a relationship with, the person that you're dating. Focus on what are their love languages, because if you guys share the same love languages, it's going to be genuine, and you guys are always going to be happy as far as the giving and receiving, because it comes natural to you. It's very tough to be in a relationship and teaching somebody how to love you. So if their love language is words, or they struggle with expressing themselves, it's going to be tough. If they struggle with making time because they're always busy and they want to make time for everybody, and they put the relationship as far as a task on their agenda, where it's like, okay, today this week I get to spend one day with my significant other, and I'll spend time with them in 2 or 3 weeks, because next week I'll dedicate it to my family. And if that's going to be uncomfortable for you, then that's going to be an issue, right? So remember the 5 love languages: touch, words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, and acts of service. You have 2 or 3 that are your love languages. Take the quiz, and if you guys have any feedback, or if you guys find this video, if you guys got value out of this video, share it with a friend. Carpe Diem, seize the day, make it happen, and pay it forward. Thank you guys.